Well, that heavy rain continues to fall over northern Australia. Very shortly we'll get to the forecast totals. Firstly, recapping the past 7 days. These are the totals up to 9 o'clock on Tuesday morning. Huge falls up and down the eastern seaboard. Coffs Harbour, for example, over 70 millimetres over the past week. However, torrential rain, the heaviest rain in decades through that northern inland of Queensland. That bright red indicates even over 300 millimetres of rain in some areas. Mount Isa, one location where we've seen some flooding as a result. Take a look at this storm and you can see the curtain of rain coming down, and there is the flooding. Mount Isa, roughly 150 millimetres of rain in the past week, but the area just to the east, Julia Creek, Winton, for example, Richmond, these areas have had more like 200 or even 250 millimetres of rain over the past week. So big falls, and we are expecting some further heavy rain. Let's have a look at the chart then. We still have a low pressure system in the Gulf of Carpentaria. That low, it's moving towards the west, and as a result, the heaviest rain also just moving towards the west over the next 48 hours. So spreading across the NT, and a flood watch has been issued for the inland rivers. A new weather system, though, bringing heavy rain to tropical Queensland. We could even see a monsoon trough developing in that area, and that's combining with fresh to strong southeasterly winds along the east coast. As a new low forms and moves into the Gulf of Carpentaria, there's even a slight chance of a cyclone developing over the weekend. For southeastern Australia, under an area of high pressure, which means dry weather continuing over the next few days. The exception there, though, is just the onshore winds and the showers we're seeing up and down the eastern seaboard. For WA, eventually you'll get some of the rain that's currently falling over western Queensland, but it will ease off to just the odd shower by early next week. Let's have a look at those daily totals now. Forecast rain totals on Wednesday. We're still going to see heavy falls, even isolated totals in excess of 50 millimetres northwest Queensland, and starting to spread across the border through to the eastern parts of the NT. Showers up and down the east coast with heavy falls for the north tropical Queensland coast. We could even see 24-hour totals there in excess of 100 millimetres in that inner spell area. Here's the forecast rain on Thursday. Heavy falls and flooding for the outback of Australia around Alice Springs. 50 millimetres plus is possible. The rain will finally ease through western Queensland on Thursday. However, we'll still see heavy falls along the north tropical coast. Again, 24-hour totals in excess of 100 millimetres possible. That rain may start to just contract further north on Friday. Still expecting good falls though. The rain will continue to fall across the central interior, but easing by Saturday as it spreads across Western Australia. And note those heavy falls easing back along the Queensland coastline. Monday, dry day for most of Australia, the exception the odd shower for the east coast and through the northern tropics. A similar forecast on Tuesday. Altogether, over the next 8 days then, 50 to 100 millimetres, that darker shading through the eastern half of the NT, including much of the southern areas. The darker shading even shows the potential for over 100 millimetres of rain. Flash flooding, river flooding, it's all quite likely through that southern part of the NT. Maybe the Todd River will be flowing through Alice Springs. Northwest Queensland, another 50 to 100 millimetres. Even heavier falls though around the Gulf of Carpentaria, and that's due to our new tropical low which is forming up. We could even see over 300 millimetres for the eastern top end, and also similar totals, 300 plus, for the northeast tropical coast of Queensland, and then showers up and down the eastern seaboard.